Hey, good morning. How are we doing, seniors? Today we're going to talk, and this week we're going to talk about money management, controlling your cash flow, because who doesn't like to have a little bit of extra money? So, in this week, you will explore how spending, saving, and values can impact your finances. All right. So, you guys are going to be graduating in less than a year, and upon graduation, you're going to be having, hopefully bring all this income in, but you got to make sure you are smart with your spending habits. All right. Um, a pretty cool spending website, I provided for you. It's optional. It's called spendsters.org. Check that out if you have some free time. If not, that's okay. Don't worry about it. So what is the spending habit? All right. Is this a sensible or unwise habit? Why? This is what we're going to look at today. How much does the habit cost? And what else could, your money be used for? All right. This is what we're going to look at the next, week. And, even when have you wasted money before? I've, wasted money on things like in sports, new football spikes, things like that, new football gloves. That stuff adds up. But we all have, to be wise with our money. So today we will answer these questions for you. How are your spending habits working for you? What are your good and bad spending habits? What influences how you spend your money? All right. So we are going to look at all that today. Here's a couple of examples. So meet Michael and Selena. Michael lives at home, part-time job, responsible for his own expenses and also saving for college. Selena, freshman, lives at home, occasional jobs, gets money from parents. So, we all have different habits. Is this habit sensible or unwise? I want you to think about stopping for fast food on the way home from school every night, every day. All right, think about this. So going to like Taco Bell, Burger King every day. Is that a smart spending habit? What about this one? All that spare change instead of in the bottom of your car. What about putting it in a jar every night? That adds up. If you put that in a mason jar, I do that, and every 2 months I collect about $50 in change just filling up that mason jar. So think about what are your money habits. We don't think about how quickly things add up. I love iced coffee. And you could spend $2, $3, $4 on a coffee or iced coffee at Dunkin', Starbucks every day if you wanted to. If you did, how much money would that be in a week compared to how much in a school year? So let's say if Selena would spend $3 on iced coffee after school every day, she would end up spending about $15 in a week. All right, and that doesn't seem a lot, but if you buy that much coffee, that adds up to $540 in a school year. Think about what else you could have done with that money. Maybe put it towards a new car, a used car, pay off some debt, some credit card debt. We're going to talk about credit cards a little bit later in the future and how to apply for them. I'm excited for you guys to do all that process. Same with taxes. So how might your current spending habits impact your future spending options? So you got to think about that. If you are charging nonstop, if you have a credit card and you keep charging things, could that impact your future? Think about that, can it? It actually can because of your credit score. If you don't, pay your credit card, your minimum limit back on time, your credit score can be affected. So this week, I want you to think about wants versus needs. We're going to make a little log. I'm not going to go through all this right now. But remember, the needs are the things that are central to your health and security. Wants are things that make life more interesting and fun, but you can get away with or buy without. But sometimes we got to treat ourselves to these wants, but not every day. So the steps, when you are buying something, I want you to think about, do you really need this? All right. If you don't need it, why do you want it? Exactly. How many times are you going to use this? All right. So think about something you bought and you're like, oh, I love this. And how many times did you really use or wear it? Also, are there other options? Can you find it for less somewhere else? I love golf polos and they can cost $50, $60, but I go to TJ Maxx and they cost about $9, $10. Also, what will I have to give up or put off by buying this now? All right, so those are all examples of how to think before you spend. So this week we are going to do exciting money habits. You're going to get to track what you spend on a weekly basis. You're going to compare your wants versus your needs. Take it seriously. And if we have any questions, I'm always here through Google Meets. I look forward to seeing your responses. Next week we're going to look a little bit about borrowing. But this year is going to be fun with OMJ, our financial literacy. We've got a lot on the table. We're going to do some credits, borrowing, loans, things like that. All exciting stuff that you guys really need and that can be helpful and useful for you guys in the real world. All right. So I look forward to working with you this year. We're making a great year. All right. I will see you seniors soon.